tide rises back into a ghost town.
All right, everybody, welcome. Good to have you for the full moon practice. Let's put our phone on some kind of silent mode, unless you're using your phone for this. All right, very warm welcome. So, those of you who've been coming here for a while, you kind of know the drill. The drill is that there is no drill, anything will happen. And those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And essentially, we use these opportunities of full moon and new moon to practice a little bit more deeply. One of you sent me a message saying, Nithya, please do a really good meditation tonight to help me come out of whatever I'm going through. And I have good news and bad news. So let's go with the bad news first. The bad news is that there is no guarantee that you'll feel better. But the good news is, if you can relax into that, if you can give up this constant need to want to feel better, there's a freedom over there. It's one of our deepest attachments, is trying to feel better all the time, isn't it? You really think you will hit a only feel better from that point? How long have you told yourself, once I get into that college, once I get that new house, once I pay off that loan, then you just see. Once I attend Nithya's full moon, no, new moon, no, full moon, then everything. Not the way it goes. So we should expect to have fluctuations in our experience. It's a very nice analogy one of my teachers gave me. He said that the earth rotates around the sun, and if you were paying attention in geography class, it's not a circular orbit. It's an elliptical orbit. What's an elliptical orbit? It's basically not a perfect circle. It's like a stretched out circle, right? So in other words, the earth comes closer to the sun and the earth goes further away from the sun, which is part of the reason we also have our seasons, isn't it? The earth itself, when it comes closer to the sun, it speeds up. When it goes further away from the sun, it slows down. Speeds up and slows down, speeds up and slows down. When our planet itself speeds up and slows down, why do you expect yourself to never speed up and slow down? You will also speed up and slow down. It's a very important perspective. Because it's coming, there's an assumption that I'm doing this practice. If I've learned it now, I should do it now. I should just keep going. That's not the way it works. You will have ups and downs. And in fact, what you consider an up, in some ways, that's a down. What your ego considers an up, in some ways, that's a down. And what your ego considers a down, in some way, that's an up. You see, like, this is a topsy-turvy. Spiritual world is a little topsy-turvy. The opposite of what you expect. So the encouragement that I want to offer you is, don't try to get to any other place. This whole idea of trying to get to another place is part of our addiction, is part of our affliction. This is what keeps us trapped. Always wanting to feeling a contra wisdom, exactly. Always trying to feel better, always trying to get somewhere. In fact, do the opposite. Say, I want to feel what I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling down in the dumps, then I'm going to be down in the dumps. I'm not going to try to change that. I was reading a book where these two powerful questions came up. There's this backstory. This fellow gets a call from his wife saying, "Can I meet you?" He's like, "Yeah, but you're at work." "No, I want to come right now and meet you." He says, "Okay, come. What's going on?" So he's wondering, is she not well? So she comes home and she looks into his eyes and says, "I'm in love with someone else." "What?" And then she says, "I don't think I can stop." And that's the last thing he ever expected to hear from his wife. A tight slap on his face. And she really means it. She wants to end the relationship. So he described his experience as feeling punched in the gut, feeling punched in the gut the whole day long. That's how he felt. He called up one of his friends who's a Zen teacher, and he said, "What does Zen Buddhism have to say about this experience of mine? How do I get out of this?" He said, "You'll not like the answer." What does Zen have to say? He said, "Don't even try to change it. Don't even try to change it. I'm miserable over here. I'm feeling like someone's punching me in the gut all the time." You think, don't even try to change it. He doesn't like what he says. But something about that rings true because every other advice his friends are giving him doesn't cut it. So he comes up with two very powerful questions. What are the two powerful questions? First is, what is happening now? Second question is, can I be with it? What's happening now? Can I be with it? Can I be with it? Not that I have to like it, but can I be with it? Right? So with that bit of a precursor, let's get into today's practice. Please be comfortable. Your videos can be on or off as you like. Whoever's joined today's call live, whoever's watching live on YouTube, whoever will watch the recording at any point, I invite you to really show up. If you show up half-heartedly, you'll get half-hearted results. Show up wholeheartedly. You may or may not like what I say, well then wholeheartedly don't like it. Don't be half-hearted about this. Even not liking is a kind of clarity. So I want you to really show up. Don't be half-hearted. Don't have this on while doing something else. This is not that kind of session. It's full moon, right? So full moon requires full attention, full devotion, full offering. If you're doing more than one thing, then choose one of the two things. And in your wholehearted offering, in your wholehearted presence, a field gets created, even though we are not all in the same place, but we're all connected. And definitely a field of intention gets created. And there's real magic there. And so may I be the mouthpiece of that field. It's not Nithya Shanti speaking with his limited knowledge and life experience. This is the mouthpiece for the field. The field is talking to the field. In other words, your own higher self, your own inner wisdom is talking to you. And that's my intention. May I be the mouthpiece for what each one of us most needs to hear at this point. Nothing more, nothing less. Really precise. Offered in direct proportion to our sincerity, to our offering, to our sense of earnestness and surrender. The more wholeheartedly you show up, the more wholeheartedly I show up. And the full moon, of course, is fully showing up. Nothing can stop magnetism from taking us to the exact place we need to be. I can already feel this. I don't know if some of you can already feel this. There's the magnetism here right now. So relax your sense of control. Whatever comes up in today's practice may be very peaceful, may be very unpeaceful, may be very soothing, may be very challenging, confronting. Well, so be it. Bring it on. Bring it on. What's it like to spread yourself out, open yourself up in an energetic way? Of course, we all know what it's like to talk about these things. You open up to a friend, you tell them, oh, this is going on at home, this is going on at work, this is going on in my mind. But in this moment, I want you to energetically open yourself up. Just like you open up a map, you open up origami. So unfold yourself, energetically unfold yourself. You may not know exactly what I mean, but just go with it. What's it like to energetically unfold yourself in a way that you're fully visible, energetically visible? Like an umbrella opening up. Like the solar panels of a satellite opening up. Please know that anything I'm saying is just to keep your surface mind preoccupied. They're the deeper river of energy that's flowing, whether or not you can feel it, doesn't matter. And that's what's doing the real work. So you just have to be present. Listen to what I'm saying to the extent you can. Follow it to the extent you can. Just be as open as possible. An energetic cleansing is happening. It's like you're being dipped into a river Ganga of light. And some of you will feel it very clearly. Some of you are just beginning to feel it. And some of you don't feel it, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. I'm going to do a beautiful Tibetan chant for inviting purification, cleansing. Om Bendarasato Samaya Manopalaya Bendarasato Tenopa Tishtadrido Mebhava Suto Kayo Mebhava Supo Kayo Mebhava Anurakto Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Me Satsa Me Sitang Shriyang Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tatha Gata Benzer Mame Munsa Benzer Baba Maha Samaya Sato Ong Benzer Sato Samaya Mano Palaya Benzer Sato Tenopa Tishta Dridho Me Baba Suto Kayo Me Baba Supo Kayo Me Baba Anurakto Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitang Shriyang Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tatha Gata Benzer Mame Munsa Benzer Baba Maha Samaya Sato Ong Benzara Sato Samaya Manopalaya Benzara Sato Tenopa Tishta Dridho Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitang Shriyang Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tatha Gata Benzar Mame Munsa Benzari Baba Maha Samaya Sato a. What's happening now? Can you be with it? What's happening now includes so-called external reality, sound, sights, touch, smell, taste, and also so-called internal reality, sensations, emotions, thoughts, memories, all of that. What's happening now? And can you be with it instead of trying to change it, fix it, improve it, transform it, use it in some way? Just be with it. Be with it for 1 second without resistance. Is it possible? What's happening now? Can you be with it? Whatever has been your deepest clarity, or if you prefer the phrase, deepest spiritual recognition, whatever has been your deepest clarity, deepest spiritual recognition in this lifetime, would you allow yourself to access it right now? What's happening now? Can you be with it? I'm going to give you a few perceptions in relatively rapid succession. I want you to change gears quite quickly. See how it goes. First one. The world keeps changing. You're more or less the same. The world keeps changing. you're more or less the same. First one. Second one, you keep changing. The world is more or less the same. You keep changing, whether you like it or not, can help it or not. Whether it goes in the direction of change you want or not, doesn't matter, but you keep changing. The world remains more or less the same. Third one, the world keeps changing. You also keep changing. Both are changing. Feel into that. Next one. However, to notice that all of this is changing, there must be something that's not changing. If everything only is changing, then how do you know? If you're part of the river, then how do you feel the flow? You have to be standing outside the river, right? Even if a wheel is spinning, there's a point on the wheel that's not spinning, the very center of the wheel. So the world is spinning, you're spinning, and yet there's a part that's completely unmoving. It's never moved an inch. What's it like to recognize that? Super clearly. So maybe earlier there was an idea that the world is stable and I go through this life, I'm born, I age, I die. The world is more or less stable. But in some sense, it's also true that when you wake up in the morning, the world is born. The world goes through adolescence, middle age, old age. And when you fall asleep at night, the world dies. The world disappears. In some sense, that's also true. And earlier, there may have been an idea that, oh, I'm going through life. Born in India, then I went to, this country and that country. I traveled here, traveled there, lived here, lived there. I'm moving through this world. But then it might shift into, I've actually never moved an inch. This country has come, that country has come, this city has come, that city has come. This body has come, including my own body, so-called my own body. Comes, it does this, it does that. Everything's been coming and everything's been leaving. It's got nothing to do with me. So instead of being a face in the world, recognize you're also space for the world. Your space for the world is not a small thing. You have given space for the world to exist. Where is the space? It's above your shoulders. Above your shoulders, you imagine they're the head, but in your direct experience, there's just a space. Space for the world. Just be relatively quiet. It's okay. Don't have to overthink this. Something very deep and beautiful is happening. Allow it to happen. Alert and awake. Idipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi Sattha Manassanam Buddho Bhagavati Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandithiko Takkaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pachattam Veditambo Vinyohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purasa Yugani Atta Purasa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneya Pahuneya Dakhineya Anjali Karaniya Anuttaram Punyakhetam Lokasati. planting a deep seed of silence in the mind stream, recognition of your original face, which is actually not a face, it's a space. And from the silence, activating your deepest power, deepest strength, deepest gift, deepest siddhi, deepest empowerment, deepest intuition, deepest knowing, activating infinite creativity, infinite peace. May the full moon energies strengthen what needs to be strengthened, release what needs to be released, clarify what needs to be clarified. Fill your soul, your spirit, your being with pure prana, pure light. Setting up a barrier, preventing any old baggage from coming into this moment. No guilt, no judgment, no comparison. All that is not allowed into the present. From this moment, it's clean, it's fresh, and you will deal with it. Love and a deeper understanding of how things function, intuitive understanding of how the world functions. setting up this barrier. I'm going to read out a few lines. Feel the power of these lines. You enjoy your own company. You are at peace with yourself. You're able to show others what you really are. You have all the courage you need. You know that your world is a safe space, and this makes you ready for excitement and adventure. You see fundamental goodness in everyone. You have that capacity. You stand up for yourself. You meet your own needs. You value yourself. You're fully involved in whatever you do. Your feet are firmly planted on the ground. You treat yourself with tenderness, care, and wisdom. You confidently continue to do what's right. You have faith in life itself, a deep sense of confidence about the future. You love spending time with yourself. You take care of all your own needs. You love to see others succeed. You radiate love, joy, and happiness. You definitely let go of old memories holding you back. A barrier has been installed. You follow your own natural rhythm. You trust your own natural rhythm, even if it doesn't match anybody else's. You know what's right for you. You feel clear and consistent. You always find the right solution. You feel calm and soothed. Energy flows like inner peace within you. You live your life effortlessly, relaxed, open, balanced, moderate, calmly tolerating opinions of others while remaining free and spontaneous. You encourage others to become immensely strong, immensely powerful. You have all the time that you need. Take your life calmly, slowly, and you approach it wisely. You are awake and fresh. You're awake and fresh. You see every challenge, every difficulty as an opportunity. Powerful growth. You plunge into life. You plunge into life, becoming one with life. Hum. Hum. What's happening now? Can you be with it? Inviting full moon energies to completely saturate you, permeate you, wash over you, cleanse you, inside out, outside in. Inviting full moon energies to completely saturate us, bless us, cleanse us, wash over us, outside in, inside out. I want you to touch something which is not going to change, which cannot change. I saw a quote by Nisargadatta Maharaj. He says, instead, instead of searching for what you do not have, find out what it is that you have never lost. What a fantastic question. Instead of searching for what you do not have, instead of searching for what you do not have, why not find out what it is that you have never lost? What have you never lost? And the most basic answer I can offer is awareness, consciousness. Something's been aware from birth to now. You may have thought you lost it, but you never lost it, because even when you lost it, you knew that you lost it. Even when you were distracted, you knew that, oh, I was distracted back then. Something in you knew. As always, the speaking is only for the surface mind. The deeper mind is fully connected with feelings, and that shift is happening. What's it like to connect to something foundational which you've never lost? Visualize yourself sitting on a beautiful flower. Could be a lotus, could be any other flower. It's the color of your choice. Maybe it's multicolored. You're sitting on a beautiful flower. This flower is emerging from the mud of your life, confusion of your life. How come this flower emerged from mud and confusion? Because you did not assume it was bad, because you stayed with it. Beautiful flower emerged. And you're sitting really comfortably on this flower. Really comfortable. Really alert. No mud, no lotus. From the mud of your life, a lotus will emerge. From the mud of your life, a glorious lotus is emerging, has emerged. From the chaos of your life, perfect clarity will emerge, is emerging, has emerged. And to the extent it has emerged, you have become a powerful channel of blessings. Powerful channel of blessings. And as you hold the space, energetically, the lotus, the flower that's emerged for you, from your mud, your chaos, creates the potential energy, the portal, the possibility for this kind of flower to emerge for everyone, everyone. So as you heal yourself, you heal the world. As you support yourself, you support all. It's all interconnected. Your practice benefits all. Benefiting all supports your practice. Beautiful. Last few minutes of silence. Dive deeper into yourself. Touch the holy ground, which is not even a ground. You distinguish your inner voice from your superficial, shallow voice. Inner voice never hurts. Shallow voice tends to hurt. It comes from misunderstanding. May not even be a voice. Inner knowing, shallow knowing. Inner knowing is just very clear. Very, very clear. The same energy you're experiencing now, very clean, very clear. Surface mind, more jumpy, more resistance, more fear. Not so clear. Whenever you're ready, in your own way, with a moment of gratitude, thankfulness to yourself, to this full moon night, to the invisible support of countless beings. Deep gratitude, deep gratitude, deep gratitude. Whenever you're ready, you can rub your palms together. Bring them over your eyes. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Integrating all this practice, all this energy, all this recognition, deeply integrating it, and intelligently open, not susceptible, just open. So as you come out of this practice, you will only take in what's suitable for you, beneficial for you, protecting you, guiding you, strengthening you. And anything that's not, simply not available to you, simply can't reach you. So open in a very intelligent way, in a very intuitive way, without doership, without a sense of control, without a sense of needing to become anything or be anything. Beautiful. Beautiful, that went deep. Lovely. Well done. Most of you lasted all the way. Well done. I want to read out a message from Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava. Guru Rinpoche says, this life passes as quickly as autumn clouds. Family and friends are like passerbys in a market. The demon of death approaches like twilight's shadows. What the future holds is like a translucent fish in cloudy waters. Life's experiences are like last night's dreams. The pleasures of the senses are like an imaginary party. Meaningless activities are like waves lapping on the surface of the water. Padmasambhava, Guru Rinpoche. An invitation for us to dive deep, not just spend our whole life on the surface. And today, whether you realize it or not, something has been energetically transmitted, inviting you, pulling you in. Trust that. Trust the call to do less. Trust the call to be silent. Trust the call to put aside things, to not pick up your phone. Trust it, trust it, trust it. There's nothing wrong with that. Something very intelligent about that. Allow yourself to be a little different. Allow yourself to trust yourself. All your needs will be taken care of. This is a hypnotic trance that society keep running. If you don't run, you'll fall, you die. It's not true. Don't run. Don't run. Everything will come to you. It's already coming to you. If you pay careful attention, you never move. The world spins around you. You never move. You've actually never moved a single inch in your life. If you pay careful attention, things around you keep moving and swirling like planets around the sun. You have never moved. You are the sun. You are the light of the world. When you open your eyes, the world lights up. When you close your eyes, the world shuts down. It's not an accident. It's not an illusion. It's your direct experience. And the true education of today and tomorrow is to trust your direct experience, not get caught up in what this philosopher said and that scientist said and this said. All that's fine, but all that's also very questionable. Trust your direct experience. And of course, investigate your direct experience, stabilize it. All the secrets are right here. You don't have to go to books. Books are necessary to get you to this point of trusting your direct experience. Yatha bhut jnana dastanam. Yatha bhut jnana dastanam. Experiencing each experience for what it is again and again and again and again. And like this, a beautiful cleansing happens, a clearing happens. And so, yes, a beautiful seed has been planted. Trust that whatever shape it takes, it's going to blossom. And it's no accident. The special Kojagiri full moon night, deep practice called you, your own inner being called you to attend. You followed the call. And something very precious, very irreversible, I would say, has been transmitted. And let this guide your life in the most wholesome possible way. And so it is. And so it is. Beautiful. Like a nice Mayurna. Hands up. Big heart in the air. Multiply by infinity. And we say together, Mayurna. Good wishes. All right, everybody. Take rest.